Hey, what's going on? I will get straight to it. So, here is what smart home service contracting businesses do to get more calls from the cities that they want and less calls from the cities that they do not want. And it's pretty simple. In order to do this, you just need to tell Google, and this is in reference to your paid advertising, when you're paying for advertising. You need to tell Google, hey, I want this city, but I don't want that city or that zip code. And this seems like a very simple fix, right? Like something that everybody would do, right? Duh. But no, not everybody does it. I'll give you a quick example. Let's say you have a big metroplex, whether it's like, say it's Fort Worth, Dallas, Miami, whatever it is. Within Fort Worth, Dallas, Miami, these bigger cities, you might have zip codes that you probably don't want to go to, right? What will happen is home service contractors will just target their city, and in targeting that city, now you're targeting these zip codes that you don't want. What you need to do is exclude those zip codes. So before I get into this, by the way, my name is Chris Gray. I co-own a marketing and consulting agency for home service contractors, and I make these videos for you, the woman running a business in the trades. You are typically over the business and marketing. From my experience, you are typically over the business and marketing. Your partner is out there in the field. They know everything about the trade. They don't know much about the business. And in my experience, if the business is going to grow, it's up to you, not the person out in the field, right? That you can only do so much. If the actual business is going to grow, it's up to you, the one over business and marketing. So I hope these videos help you with that. I was explaining this concept to somebody in the best way. They weren't very savvy with digital stuff, which is cool. My analogy to them, because they were having this issue, was, look, it's like if you went to a restaurant and you order a delicious hamburger, right? A delicious looking hamburger, but let's pretend that you don't like onions and you can't eat cheese, right? You're lactose intolerant, whatever it is. And then the server, takes your order and comes out and brings a hamburger. And the hamburger is delicious looking, but it has onions and cheese. And you look at the server like all bummed out, like, hey man, I can't eat this burger that has onions and cheese on it. Well, the server's like, well, you never told me you didn't like onions and cheese, so I brought you a burger that had onions and cheese. You didn't tell me you didn't want it. That is the same thing with your paid advertising on Google. You want a certain city, right? But you might not want zip codes within that city, or you might want a certain area of cities, but you don't want specific city. If you don't specifically tell Google not to show your ads in those cities, then you're going to come up and guess what? You're going to get calls from these cities that you don't want calls from. And like I said, this is really simple to do. If you have a marketing team, just be real clear with them. Like, hey, we're within this big metroplex. Please exclude these zip codes. And if they're in marketing, I would assume they would know. If they're in marketing, I would assume they would know how to do this. If they don't, it's a big problem. But if you tell them what you want to exclude, then they'll exclude it. But if you never tell them what to exclude, well, then how are they going to know? Right? So reach out to your marketing team, say, hey, these are the cities I want to exclude, or these are the zip codes within my area that I service that I want to exclude. And that alone will eliminate getting calls. Just by eliminating getting calls from these areas, you're more than likely to get calls from the other areas that you want, because those are the only areas that your ads will show. If you're doing it yourself, I didn't want to make this video about how to do that specifically, because now I'm showing you how the sausage is made. If that is something you want to see, let me know. I mean, you can easily YouTube it by anybody to find it, but I would love to make it for you. I just need to know. I didn't want to waste your time or my time making a video about how to exclude cities when you don't really care about that. But let's just let me know if you want those videos. And then the most important thing with your Google business profile showing, right? And I'll show you here in a second. But let me show you one of the most important things with your Google business profile and how it shows, or how it comes up when people are looking for your services. The most important thing when it comes to your Google business profile is going to be, or one of the most important things is going to be the city that you have listed on your Google business profile. So I typed in plumber near me at the very top of this page, typed it in, and then your Google business profile is going to impact you right here. And it's called the map pack. And this is where you're going to get a lot of your calls. The second most amount of your calls. The most of your calls, if you're in the top 3, they're going to come from over here, which is awesome, right? And then the second amount is going to probably come from here, which is what we call the map pack. And the city that you list in here is going to have a significant amount of impact on whether you come up or not in a certain city. So for example, I'm clearly in the Fort Worth, Keller, Texas area, right? And so when I search plumber near me, it's going to show me plumbing companies in the Fort Worth, and Keller, Texas area, because that's near me, right? I want a plumber near me. That's what they're going to do. And plumber near me is the most popular term somebody is looking for when they're searching for a plumber. Not saying you're a plumber, but it's usually an electrician near me, AC repair near me, plumber near me, tree service near me, whatever it is near me. This is what people are doing. And so I say all that to say this. If you, let's say, for example, let's just imagine Fort Worth is crappy, which parts of it are, parts of it are not. Let's say in this scenario, that Fort Worth is a terrible city. If your headquarters are in Fort Worth, then you are kind of screwed. You're going to get calls from you should be getting calls from the people around you in your little, like, whatever address you put down in Google Business Profile. That's what Google is going to use to show the people around you. So if your office is in a crappy city, you can exclude that when you do paid advertising, but a certain amount of organic calls are going to come from this city, and there's nothing you can do about it. So the best thing to do is, if you can afford it, you want to be close to a city or in a city, as far as you want your office to be close to a city or in a city where you want calls, because that's going to have some weight on where your Google Business Profile shows. Anyways, I hope that helps, and thanks for watching. See you. Wait. Before you go, please like or subscribe to this channel. And here's why. That helps other people like you see this video. So if this video helped you at all, and you want it to help other people just like you, then like and subscribe, because that's the only way that it's going to help them. That's going to be the way for them to see this. I appreciate you watching. Thanks.